Welcome to English Pronounce Pro.
Today we explore polite and rude English.
Why are these distinctions so crucial?
They impact how others perceive you.
What does this episode focus on?
We'll uncover why these differences matter greatly.
So, it's about effective communication.
Yes, it's about navigating social situations.
This sounds very practical for learners.
It truly helps avoid misunderstandings.
How will we break this down?
We'll define each type of language.
Are there clear boundaries between them?
Often yes, but context is key.
Can you give an initial example?
Asking / give me that / is direct.
And the polite alternative?
/ could you please pass that? / is polite.
The difference feels quite clear already.
It often involves word choice and tone.
So, we will learn key phrases.
Absolutely, we'll dive into mastering polite English. We'll learn specific phrases and structures.
So, we're building a toolbox of polite expressions?
Precisely. Our first tool is using modal verbs like could, would, and may.
How do these words make communication more polite?
They soften directness. Instead of a command, they offer a request.
Can you give an example?
Certainly. Compare close the door to could you close the door, please?
The second one sounds much more respectful.
It does. Could indicates possibility, making the request less demanding.
What about would? How is that different?
Would is often used for hypothetical situations or polite offers, like would you like some tea?
Not just do you want tea?
Exactly. Would frames it as an invitation, not a direct inquiry.
And may?
May is for seeking permission. May I offer a suggestion? Is gentler than I have a suggestion.
So, it's about making things less assertive?
Yes, it conveys respect for the other person's autonomy.
Are there times when using modals might be too soft?
Possibly in urgent situations. Fire isn't softened with a modal.
That makes sense. Practicality over politeness then.
Or when addressing very close friends, can sound overly formal.
So context is key even with modals?
Always. They're powerful but not universally applicable.
How do I know which modal to use?
Consider the degree of formality and the type of request or offer.
Could for general requests, would for offers, and may for permission.
That's a good general guideline to start with.
Is there any overlap in their usage?
Sometimes. You could say, could I ask a question? Or may I ask a question?
Both sound perfectly polite.
They do. May is slightly more formal for permission.
So, if I'm unsure, could is a safe bet?
Absolutely. Could is a very versatile and widely accepted polite modal.
It feels like a small change with a big impact.
Precisely. Mastering these nuances truly elevates your communication style.
So, understanding modals helps us construct polite requests.
Building on that, we can enhance politeness further with please and thank you.
These seem like basic politeness, right?
They are foundational, yet their strategic use can be overlooked.
What's strategic about them? Just say them.
Their placement matters. Please could you close the door? Is standard.
As opposed to could you close the door, please?
Both are polite, but placing please at the beginning can feel slightly softer.
Interesting. And thank you?
Thank you is vital for acknowledgement. It shows appreciation.
Always for a favor or service.
Yes, but also for information or even just listening politely.
So, more than just receiving a gift?
Much more. Thank you for your time is a common polite closing.
Can you overdo please and thank you?
In extremely informal settings, constant repetition can sound a little stiff.
Like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Exactly. One sincere thank you is generally sufficient.
Is omitting them ever acceptable?
In very casual conversation with close friends sometimes, but it risks sounding abrupt.
Better to err on the side of politeness then.
Always, especially when unsure of the relationship or context.
So, using these words shows respect.
Yes, they acknowledge the effort or attention of the other person.
And gratitude.
Precisely. It reinforces a positive interaction.
Are they necessary in all cultures?
The concept is universal, but the specific words vary greatly.
We're focusing on English usage, of course.
Indeed. For English, they are non-negotiable for politeness.
So, a please or thank you can soften almost anything.
They significantly enhance requests and acknowledgements.
It's a simple habit to cultivate.
And one that yields immense social benefits. It improves interactions.
So, after mastering modals and the power of please and thank you, what's next?
Adding another layer of subtlety. Hedging language like maybe or perhaps.
How do these differ from modal verbs?
Modals soften requests. Hedging softens certainty or statements.
So it's about being tentative?
Exactly. It avoids sounding overly assertive or dogmatic.
Can you provide an example?
Instead of it's raining, you might say perhaps it's raining outside.
That sounds less definitive.
It expresses a degree of uncertainty or makes it a suggestion.
What about maybe?
Maybe works similarly. Maybe we should consider this option.
Rather than we should consider this option.
That's right. It invites discussion, rather than stating a fact.
When is it most useful?
When you're not entirely sure, or when offering a suggestion.
So, for expressing opinions without being forceful.
Absolutely. It allows for gentle disagreement or tentative ideas.
Can hedging sound indecisive?
It can if overused or if you need to be very direct and firm.
So, not for giving instructions in an emergency.
Precisely. Context again dictates appropriateness.
What if someone needs a clear answer?
Then you'd avoid hedging. Clarity takes precedence there.
Is hedging common in academic or professional settings?
Very much so. It shows awareness of nuance and open-mindedness.
So, it suggests humility?
It often does. It implies you're not presenting the absolute truth.
It sounds like a sophisticated way to communicate.
It is. It encourages collaborative thought and less confrontation.
So, hedging helps us present ideas gently.
Similar to softening certainty, we can soften questions using indirect forms.
What's an indirect question?
It's asking something without directly interrogating someone.
Like instead of what time is it?
Exactly. You might say, could you tell me what time it is?
That adds a layer of politeness.
Yes, it turns a direct query into a request for information.
Or I was wondering if you knew the time?
Perfect. That's another excellent indirect form.
Why are these more polite?
They give the other person an easier way to decline or say they don't know.
So, less pressure?
Much less. It respects their time and knowledge.
Are there specific phrases to start indirect questions?
Yes. I was wondering. Do you know? Could you tell me? May I ask?
Those sound very useful.
They are. They make the question feel less intrusive.
What about the word order inside the question?
That's important. After the introductory phrase, it's statement order.
So, not like a direct question?
Correct. Not do you know what time is it, but do you know what time it is?
The subject-verb inversion is gone.
Exactly. That's a common mistake for language learners.
Is there a time when a direct question is perfectly fine?
In informal settings with friends, or when urgency is involved.
So, at a restaurant, what's the special? Is okay?
Yes, in that context it's generally accepted and efficient.
But in a more formal meeting, I'd use indirect.
Definitely. It conveys respect for the attendees and the environment.
So, indirect questions are a sign of thoughtful communication.
They certainly are, promoting smoother interactions.
Further softening our expressions, we can use phrasal verbs like sort of or kind of.
These are informal ways to soften statements similar to hedging.
How do they work?
They indicate an approximation or a slight uncertainty.
Like, it's sort of cold today?
Precisely. Instead of asserting it's absolutely cold, you're suggesting it.
And kind of?
Kind of works the same. He's kind of busy right now.
So, not busy exactly, but close?
Exactly. It's less definitive, leaving room for interpretation.
Are they only for temperature or busyness?
No, they're versatile. She's sort of a genius.
Meaning she's very smart, but maybe not a certified genius.
Exactly. It's a gentle qualification.
When should I use these?
Mainly in casual conversations with friends or in relaxed settings.
Would they be out of place in a formal presentation?
Absolutely. They can sound imprecise and unprofessional.
So, informal softening only?
Generally, yes. They reduce the formality and directness.
Do they make you sound indecisive?
They can if you rely on them too heavily or in inappropriate contexts.
So, a little bit goes a long way?
Indeed. Use them sparingly for effect, not as fillers.
It's like adding a dash of informal politeness.
Perfect way to describe it. They inject a friendly, less rigid tone.
They make communication feel more approachable.
Exactly. They lighten the mood and the weight of your words.
Moving to more sensitive topics, how do euphemisms help politeness?
Euphemisms are milder, indirect words or phrases used instead of harsher ones.
For difficult subjects?
Yes, like death, illness, or financial difficulties.
Give me an example.
Instead of he died, you might say he passed away.
That's definitely softer.
It is. It shows sensitivity and respect for the situation.
What about for something like being fired?
You could say he was let go or his position was eliminated.
Those sound less accusatory.
Precisely. They depersonalize the negative aspect.
Are there euphemisms for financial issues?
Yes. Experiencing financial difficulties instead of being broke.
Or economically disadvantaged instead of poor?
Excellent examples. They frame the situation with more dignity.
When should one use euphemisms?
When discussing sensitive topics, especially with strangers or in formal contexts.
And when speaking to children?
Often yes. To explain difficult concepts gently.
Can euphemisms be misleading?
They can. If they obscure the truth too much, they become unhelpful.
So, honesty is still important.
Absolutely. Euphemisms should soften, not distort.
It's a balance between truth and tact.
That's the challenge. Choose words that respect but don't confuse.
So, they're about choosing less offensive words.
Yes, they demonstrate consideration for the listener's feelings.
And maintain decorum.
Exactly. They help navigate socially awkward or painful conversations.
Shifting from sensitive topics to collaborative communication, we use question tags.
Question tags invite agreement or confirmation, making statements less assertive.
Like, it's a lovely day, isn't it?
That's a perfect example. You're seeking a nod of agreement.
Not just stating it's a lovely day.
Exactly. The tag transforms it from a declaration to a shared observation.
What's the structure of a question tag?
It's usually an auxiliary verb plus a pronoun, matching the main clause.
So, you like coffee, don't you?
Correct. The main verb like uses the auxiliary do for the tag.
If the main verb is positive, the tag is negative?
Generally, yes. And vice versa. You don't like coffee, do you?
Why is this considered polite?
It's less imposing. It encourages the other person to participate.
It's conversational, then.
Very much so. It's a way to keep the dialogue flowing naturally.
Can question tags sound rhetorical or condescending?
They can if the answer is obvious, or the tone is sarcastic.
Like, you know how to tie your shoes, don't you?
That example could certainly sound condescending, depending on context.
So tone matters even with tags?
Absolutely. As always, your delivery influences perception.
When are they most effective?
When genuinely seeking light confirmation or encouraging an opinion.
So, for fostering connection, not for asserting knowledge.
Exactly. They are about inviting, not telling.
They make statements feel less like pronouncements.
They do. They soften the edges of your assertions.
Another way to manage impact is through voice, active versus passive.
Using the passive voice can be a diplomatic tool for politeness.
How does passive voice achieve politeness?
It de-emphasizes the actor, which can be useful when assigning blame.
So, instead of you made a mistake,
You could say a mistake was made. It's more general.
It avoids pointing fingers directly.
Precisely. It shifts focus from the person to the action or outcome.
When is this particularly useful?
In professional contexts or when needing to address errors gently.
So, not blaming an individual?
Exactly. It softens the blow and allows for collective responsibility.
Are there other examples?
The report was not submitted on time. Instead of you didn't submit the report.
That sounds much less confrontational.
It is. It maintains a respectful tone, even when discussing shortcomings.
Can passive voice be vague or avoidant?
Yes, absolutely. If used constantly, it can make communication unclear.
So, it shouldn't replace clear communication entirely.
No, it's a strategic choice, not a default. Clarity is still paramount.
When is active voice preferred?
When you want to clearly state who did what or take responsibility.
So, for positive actions, active voice is good.
Yes, I completed the task is stronger than the task was completed by me.
So, passive voice for diplomacy in difficult situations.
Exactly. It's a tool for softening negative news or criticism.
It's about choosing the right voice for the message.
It certainly is, to achieve the desired tone and impact.
Furthering this idea of gentle delivery, how about I wonder if? Constructions?
This phrase is an excellent way to introduce requests or suggestions very gently.
It sounds quite soft and hesitant.
It is. It frames your request as a thought, almost asking permission to ask.
So, instead of can you help me?
You might say, I wonder if you could help me with this.
That's a lot less direct.
It offers the other person an easy out. They can politely say no.
Because you're just wondering, not demanding.
Precisely. It removes any sense of obligation.
Are there other uses for I wonder if?
Yes, for suggesting ideas. I wonder if we should try a different approach.
Rather than we should try a different approach.
That's right. It's an invitation to consider, not a directive.
It feels very collaborative.
It does. It promotes an atmosphere of discussion and shared decision-making.
When is this construction particularly effective?
When you're dealing with someone in a position of authority, or when being very deferential.
So, showing great respect?
Yes, it's a hallmark of polite, considerate language.
Can it sound overly apologetic or weak?
If used excessively or in situations demanding assertiveness, it can.
So, not always suitable for urgent or critical instructions.
Exactly. It's for gentle exploratory communication.
It seems like a very British English phrase.
It's common in many English-speaking regions indeed.
So, it's a tool for introducing ideas gracefully.
Yes, perfect for softening the impact of your communication.
Beyond phrasing, how we address people matters, like formal and informal address.
Choosing appropriate titles like Mr., Ms., or Doctor shows respect.
And using first names?
That's more informal. It signals a closer relationship or familiarity.
So, always start formal?
Unless you're explicitly invited to use a first name. Err on the side of formality.
What about Sir Orm?
They are highly respectful forms of address, often for strangers or superiors.
Like in customer service?
Yes, precisely. Thank you, sir, or can I help you, ma'am?
Are there cultural differences in this?
Absolutely. Some cultures prefer directness, others more formality.
We're focusing on general English conventions.
Yes. In English, context heavily influences address choice.
What if you don't know someone's preferred title?
Using Mr. or Ms. with their last name is generally the safest option.
And if you don't know their gender?
MX is gaining acceptance as a gender-neutral title, or simply use their full name.
When does formality shift to informality?
Often when the other person invites it, like please call me John.
So, follow their lead.
Exactly. Pay attention to how they address you as well.
It's about showing deference and social awareness.
It is crucial to identify what constitutes rude language.
What specific expressions should we avoid?
We're moving beyond polite phrasing to the pitfalls.
So, focusing on communication that causes offense?
Precisely. Understanding these helps us prevent missteps.
We've covered politeness, now let's tackle impoliteness.
Yes, to avoid unintended negativity in speech.
Are there common phrases instantly perceived as rude?
Absolutely. Consider phrases like backslash, that's ridiculous, backslash.
What makes backslash, that's ridiculous, backslash problematic?
It invalidates someone's perspective completely.
Even if their idea is genuinely unworkable?
Yes, the delivery matters more than accuracy sometimes.
So, avoid direct negative judgment of ideas?
Exactly. Another is backslash, you clearly don't understand backslash.
That sounds quite patronizing.
It implies intellectual superiority, which is offensive.
So, it's about the implied judgment, not the words?
Both.
Building on our talk about rude language.
Now let's apply polite English in daily life.
Real-world scenarios are the next step.
We aim for continuous improvement in communication.
How do we start applying these principles?
Practice is key, understanding specific situations.
So, beyond theory, into practical use.
Precisely. Let's explore real contexts first.
Like professional environments.
Exactly, beginning with the workplace.
How does politeness manifest at work?
It's about clear, respectful interactions.
Giving feedback politely can be tricky.
Use phrases like backslash, perhaps we could consider backslash.
What about disagreeing with a boss?
Frame it as an alternative perspective.
Backslash, I see your point, but backslash is helpful.
Yes, it shows respect before rebuttal.
What about team meetings?
Avoid interrupting others to speak.
Even if I have a great idea?